Welcome back, Overwatch fans, to another amazing night.
We have a fantastic match tonight, no question about it.
Oh my god, yes!
Put the barrage! Make sure they can't even follow up afterwards.
And Watch has found 2 in this fight thus far. Make that 3, make that 4 right now here. Dynamic team gets a 4-man tire!
Those who find the picks will save the fights, and they don't really need to save what they've already won.
100 gets 3! Wins the primal rage!
Experience tranquility.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this Tranquility Gaming Discord tier feature match, the final Discord tier match of the regular season for Season 8 here in Tranquility. I am Mr. Yeti. Joining me tonight is Ty Munster. Ty, I feel like we see each other too much lately.
Yeah, I kind of want to get away from you because you're kind of freaking me out lately, but
Mhm.
you know, I'll do what I have to in order to cast a
Right.
couple of excellent games, and right in front of us
True.
is another excellent game between Frost Surge and Domination, as you said.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm not going to lose my hair over this one. Domination and Frost Surge, 2 great teams in Discord tier fighting for playoff positioning today. Just to give you a quick idea on the stakes coming into this match, Domination right now, they're 1-1. Frost Surge is at 0-2. There's some weird map differential situations here where any of these, or Domination could be locked into that 4th seed, or they could fall as low as the 8th seed, while Frost Surge could also climb up to the 4th seed, but also be locked into the 8th seed as well. And then there's another strange scenario where Hammerhead sneaks up to the 4th seed if Frost Surge wins by 3-2. There's a lot of weird scoring scenarios here, guys. We'll be watching it because I know people are kind of dying to hear where people will be playing in the playoffs as well, who will claim that final upper bracket spot and the second life in the Season 8 playoffs here. But Ty, it should be a good one. Domination, good team historically in Tranquility. Not been the best stage 2 for them, but they appear to be in a situation to potentially bounce back against Frost Surge. Frost Surge, their first season here in Tranquility, with some people from that Frost Nova squad last season. Hasn't been the best stage for them as of yet, but Ty, they seem poised to have a big night tonight.
Yeah, I mean, considering the fact that we saw Space Creed, basically, I think they went 1-2 or 0-3 in stage 2. I think anything is possible. We could see a team have a great stage 1, terrible stage 2, end up dominating the playoffs. Anything can really happen at this point, and
Right.
with a SimTP getting here much quicker, good early control.
Absolutely. Quick early control here from Domination into the side room here on University. But Nautilin picks up the first kill onto Foxerd there. Foxerd is dropped early, and Hypernut right now is getting up to max damage, though, on that Symmetra beam.
Oh my
And
goodness.
they find 2 there. Hypernut takes down 2, make that 3 of Frost Surge. Frost Surge is being sent back here very quickly, and it's all on the shoulders of that Symmetra beam from Hypernut, who's built himself up to 75% on that ultimate already.
Yeah, in spite of the early death of Foxerd, they've still managed to keep their claws gripped onto the objective thanks to Hypernut. The Symmetra can, even if you ignore the teleporter, she's so potent in these brawl comps because she can just hold left click on the enemy range, deal consistent 170 DPS, and never stop.
Ooh, Nodlin just avoids that May wall there. Symmetra barrier in now from Hypernut as they bisect the point, give themselves a little bit of cover and draw this out a little bit more at 30% and counting. We see amplification matrices from both teams, and Hypernut up to full damage, but it's taken down by Scaro as they put them into a corner there. JJ looking for an opportunity to get in. A great wall there from Sleepy Bear and the Blizzard as well, as it gets very, very cold for Frost Surge, and Sleepy Bear's Blizzard is going to help lock down this point here as Domination is up to 50% now and counting.
Yeah, great shots there from Sleepy Bear, but super good job from Domination to come back from situations where they should be losing these fights. Foxer dies, they win the fight. Hypernut dies, they still win the fight. They're losing players early on, playing back, playing defensive, forcing the enemy team to make mistakes in a way that makes them able to capitalize. The Blizzard, just general good Symmetra play, they're capitalizing off of these small mistakes time and time again.
Frost Surge moving to the high ground here, being quickly chased down at a great wall. Oh no, Ricey off the map there from Brent's boop as well. They tried to ice block away. But Scaro turns it around there with a big 2K off that Deadeye. And right now, Hypernut, though, is up to full damage, however, and it's going to send Frost Surge packing. It looks like back towards the spawn room. Despite the trades right now, it looks like Domination will continue their Loctite hold on this point. 98 and 99%. A touch comes in at the last possible moment. The sound barrier is invested, and a huge Earth Shatter from Nodlin is going to give a Frost Surge finally an opportunity to get in there. Boxer just dropped quickly as well. We see Winter sitting on that self-destruct, likely not going to invest in hoping to get through the rest of this fight without it. Spelling failed, uses the amplification matrix, trying to keep Domination into this, but the kill feed is currently all red for Frost Surge, Ty.
Hero might as well put on a cape for that last fight because he's looking like the hero at the moment. 3 kills with the 2 from the high noon and 1 headshot onto, I believe it was Hypernut last fight, just to get them back into a situation where they can engage again, thanks to the fact that the enemy team is waiting on those respawns. You can win a fight with 1 player down. Once it gets to 2, 3, it gets really, really difficult. Another noon?
Another Deadeye there from Scaro, not connecting, but it does send Domination packing very quickly back towards their spawn room. Spelling fail pops the immortality field to keep their team afloat, but they will go back just a little bit here as the engagement now on again with another barrier in from Hypernut. The wall and the Blizzard in from Sleepy Bear, but Sleepy Bear is taken down. Self-destruct now from Winter, finds 2, and Winter creates that opportunity for Frost Surge to continue their hold on this point. Boxer swinging the hammer, does find Ricey, but right now it's just stagger kills out here for Domination as they sit now 50% and counting for Frost Surge, trying to claw back into this map.
A recontest pick, but we might end up seeing a Doomfist come out from Sleepy Bear to help counter what they're playing for Frost Surge. You don't want the Symmetra right now. You don't need to use those TPs too much. Primary Fire's not finding too much value. Let's see if we can get some sneaky picks.
Doomfist is a bold strategy into a composition that tends to handle Doomfist fairly well here. We'll see how it works out for Sleepy Bear, however, as they look to punch in from the high ground. High ground right now under control. We see the rotation underneath there from Frost Surge, but a huge Blizzard from Ricey is going to freeze almost all of Domination, and Domination just a little too chilled out there, and that's just going to be the end of this one quickly for Domination. 91%. They're going to need to try to get some a very, very late touch here, and I don't quite know if they can, Ty.
Playing from Domination, but Boxer with a solo shatter? Come back in.
Had to solo shatter there very quickly. Scaro pops the Deadeye again, finds yet another one, taking down Sleepy Bear. Boxer right now, the last one on the point, just trying to hold that shield, stay alive as long as they could. But from 99 to nothing, Frost Surge takes this first point here, and University will go into their favor.
Actually a very sneaky play that we saw Hypernut and Sleepy Bear pull out earlier. I don't think Frost Surge noticed it, but it was the flashbang to seismic slam combo, where you just flashbang from the high ground past the Rhine shield. You get a free seismic slam onto the entire enemy team. It was just good aggression, good ult timing, and honestly just good luck from Frost Surge that let them win that fight in spite of the good combo that could otherwise just spell disaster, because at that point you got a 400 HP Doomfist who can do whatever he wants, run train on your entire team in a tiny little room. Potential 6-man coming out here from Domination. Interesting compared to staying on a brawl.
You know, this map tends to, honestly, 6-man tends to be pretty strong. Wrecking Ball composition's often very strong as well. I wouldn't be surprised necessarily to see 6-man here from Frost Surge. They are looking in that direction. Really, Ricey on the May was kind of the secret and the saving grace there for Frost Surge. If they didn't have that Blizzard, that fight was all Domination there. So Frost Surge now up early here on Oasis, getting those early map wins that they desperately need to claim that higher seed in the playoffs. Nodlin taken very low, however, that and the beam from Hypernut on the Echo is going to be what it takes there to take them down quickly. Hack in now onto Hypernut from Ricey, but that hack is just a minor inconvenience, it seems, as it looks like Frost Surge, pardon me, is not going to be able to really put up much of a fight here as Scarrow gets taken out by the cars.
Here from Frost Surge is a little bit lacking. They need to find a good way to punish the moves that are happening on the other side. Echo is hacked in the back line. You do have a potential to push back in here, though.
And we do see a pushback in from Domination here, but Hypernut finds another kill on a Nodlin, second one in a row there. Scarrow does take down JJ, but it's not going to be much of a difference maker here, and Domination is going to get that first cap finally here and start to tick up that percentage here on. I always forget what this map is called. Ty, I'm sorry.
This one, if I'm not mistaken, is. So there's University, there's City Center. I think this
City
one...
Center. This is City Center. The other one is Gardens. So City Center. There we go. We got there. We got there
eventually, but a good. You will take the fact that you gave up that cap and took as long as you did.
Ooh. Winter, very hungry, found themselves a pulse bomb sandwich there from Sleepy Bear.
And the EMP.
And Ricey right there with the EMP finds two right away, including the Zenyatta, the easy target there for the EMP. But Hypernut does manage to get in there with the copy onto Winston, is going to start pushing around Nodlin and take them down again. I don't know what happened there between Hypernut and Nodlin, but apparently they have a rough history or something, because it's been all Nodlin, or it's been all Hypernut in that one so far. JJ does finish off Anton there, and that is going to create the window of opportunity now for Domination to continue ticking up that percentage, despite a really good EMP from Ricey. Just was not enough follow-up there for them to win this fight.
It was all Frost Surge to start off that fight. They looked like they had the fight in the bag, really, but it was a good comeback from Domination. They played a little bit back, got a smart copy, even after losing both supports, surviving long enough to not give up a single cap to a six-man comp. That is a comp known for sitting on the point and being unmovable and moving you. The fact that you did not get moved, and you did move them, is impressive.
Nodlin now sitting with that primal rage here, where they use the sound barrier to engage. Anton pushing in, and here comes the death blossom from Scarrow, not able to connect with anything, but Sleepy Bear finds Scarrow with that pulse bomb. Sleepy Bear connecting there, and a huge pickoff from Cabadozer now using that Coalescence, however, trying to turn it around for Frost Surge here, and they do manage to flip it over despite Sleepy Bear's late attempt to contest.
The moment the Coalescence was popped, I think that was the first one that was used that round. Might have missed one earlier, but the moment it's used, you basically just won that fight. That's a small thing that you should keep in mind. Coalescence into these comps doesn't look like it should succeed, but you get to cleave through the entire backline, who's going to be sitting about the same distance that the Coalescence goes away from your team. Going to get that early chip damage, going to help get some of that chip damage to get good pickoffs with your Reaper, your Sombra, your Winston. A lot of damage to go through and a good EMP too.
Scarrow does get out of there, does get out of the fracas there, but JJ takes down Anton. We see supports down now for both teams, but both supports now down for Frost Surge as Hypernut manages to finish off Cabadozer, and that Domination now on the back of Hypernut on the Echo is cleaning house here right now as Frost Surge does try to get that late contest in, but it does look like Domination right now will get the cap, and they will get to clean up this one here on Actually, pardon me, spoke too soon. Re-engage in now. Coming in from Cabadozer, 2 down already. Nodlin and Cabadozer find 2. Domination caught sleeping there, and they will absolutely pay the price. My goodness, Ty, that should have been a pretty easy finish, but it looks like just completely caught with their pants down there.
I would actually say that Domination looked really good, holding on to that point, getting it capped back, but again, the fights that Frost Surge are winning are the ones where they have Coalescence. They're not even EMP as effectively as they could, because every EMP fight they've lost. And coming in here, even though I've said that, you still do want EMP. There's no Transcendence to beat it out. If Spelling Fail doesn't get a good rally or Bash stop this, it's a fight over.
What an EMP finds all of Domination, and here comes a huge attack now from Frost Surge, but Foxerd manages to counter it out and picks off Winter with the remake. Domination had all 6 of their members hacked, and yet they all live through it, and they even counterattack extremely effectively. Scarrow hopelessly spinning there in the DM of JJ, and Domination, despite having a straight fantastic EMP from Ricey, are just going to find a way to hold on here. But here comes the recontest again, as Nodlin and Winter do manage to get in quickly. Nodlin, however, taken down quickly this time. Winter does get in and gets demeched and dropped as Hypernut win with the copy on the Diva. Looking to close this one out here. And I hope I'm not speaking too soon again, but Domination looks like they finally have this one locked up.
Still a little bit of contest here and there, but I mean, at this point, it's all over for Frost Surge in the round. And you're giving up these fights. I don't know how you lost a fight where you EMP the entire enemy team. That's just not something that should happen in any situation. It's just Domination.
EMP.
Yeah, it's a great EMP, but there's no follow-up. It feels like your Winston isn't there to follow up. Your Moira doesn't have a Coalescence. Those two ultimates were desynced basically that entire time. You never had a Coalescence to follow up on your EMPs, which is a combo that you need in those comps. EMP, Coalescence, so much damage, so much offensive pressure, and are we about to see a Ball Doomfist comp? No. Okay.
I doubt it. I feel like we're going to probably see some six-man here. Looks like mirror compositions now from both teams. Reaper, Doomfist with the Moira and Lucio. Who will come out on top here on this deciding match on Gardens here in Oasis? Ricey now looking to come out on top as the better Doomfist, but Ricey instead is going to get booped off nearly, but manages to get their way back on thanks to that superior movement from Doomfist. Scarrow on the low ground now in the fracas here with the entirety of Domination breathing down their neck. Both Lucios have bit the dust here, and it looks like Frost Surge does get the upper hand here thanks to some kills from Scarrow and Cabadozer, Nodlin as well. Poured in a lot of damage now, very close to that Primal Rage already.
Play there from both sides realistically. I've never seen two teams roll out with the Doomfist variant of... Hell, I've never seen one team roll out with a Doomfist variant of six-man, so seeing it mirrored is definitely new to me, but I mean, Ricey definitely made it work. Nodlin and Ricey had some great combos together. Sleepy Bear is done, though.
Sleepy Bear is right now just... Oh, but my goodness, Ricey finds two. And Ricey with that Coalescence behind them. No more ultimates I would expect right now from Frost Surge, as they are thoroughly in control of this fight here. Frost Surge now up to 33% and counting here on this point. Ty, Frost Surge very much in control. And look at that ult economy.
Yeah, and I mean, speaking of ult economy, Domination feel like they're almost on Mystery Heroes right now. Sleepy Bear again with another switch, this time onto the Cassidy, to try and stop this Doomfist. Hypernut did get one shot in the last fight, so that might be where you're thinking. Another kill from Ricey!
Ricey again on the Doomfist here. Hypernut does not have the teleport to be able to get back, and unfortunately for Domination, Frost Surge just controls another engagement there. 60% and counting, Ty. This is all Domination right now. I'm sorry, all Frost Surge right now. Pardon me.
Domination with some more swaps. This time, Sleepy Bear over to the May. You almost have the beat, you almost have the bomb, but on the other side, a bomb and a Meteor Strike. It's really a competition of what can get more value for you, a Meteor Strike or a Sound Barrier.
And we see Nodlin get forced out there, but Ricey again takes down Brent. That's the third fight in a row. Ricey has opened up with another kill. Ricey back in the backline again, finds Hypernut as well. Ricey is going crazy on this Doomfist right now and putting Frost Surge on their back, and they're gonna go ahead here, and it looks like they are locked in to take this first map here, Ty.
As it was a Doomfist diff, it was a team diff as well. Frost Surge felt in complete control and complete unionization there. They knew what everybody wanted. They knew what they were going to do. Winter still has this bomb as a backup, still not popping it. The patience is incredible.
There's the self-destruct to try to secure this one. Hypernut is dropped by that, and the kill feed is all red, and Frost Surge will take Oasis and go up 1-0 in this decisive Discord tier match.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great start. If I remember correctly, Frost Surge need to win this without dropping more than one map in order to be fourth, so this is a good way to start off. You win the first map, it is a little bit close, you know, you're still feeling a little bit nervous, but the fact that you win the first map does make you feel pretty confident.
Right.
it's
Domin-
great plays from them overall.
Domination will have to look to answer back. Again, Domination needs to find a way to win this one today. They cannot afford a loss if they want to get into that upper bracket here in the playoffs. So a lot of pressure on Domination now to turn this match around, Ty. It's going to be a tough situation for them coming back down from this bad start. They will have map selection going into 2CP, Ty, and it looks like they are going to go ahead and pick Volskaya.
Hey, Mr. Yeti, you know what I always talk about with Volskaya?
What's that?
You know the statue on Volskaya?
Oh,
You know
no.
what's so special about it?
Yeah, the eyelashes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
it's the only map
eyelashes.
in Overwatch which has eyelashes on a statue. So the map itself doesn't have eyelashes. That would be weird, but the statue with eyelashes.
The map is also completely gone, thankfully.
Oh, okay,
Coming
well,
Overwatch 2.
that's
Just
hurtful.
saying.
That's
Just
very
saying.
hurtful.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
Eyelashes or
hey,
not, send them
maybe
packing.
there'll be a new map that's the only map in the game with eyelashes. Maybe
That's
Volskaya
true.
turns into a
That's
payload map.
true.
I don't
That's
know. I don't
true.
make the rules.
No, exactly. Right now, Frostsurge sitting up 1-0 here as the teams are getting settled in for Volskaya. Lots of stuff going on in Tranquility yesterday as a lot of the playoff seeding was set. Most importantly, however, I do want to highlight something very, very important. That is regarding the Tranquility store. Exclamation point store in the chat. If you go ahead and hit that right now, all of the Tranquility merch is 20% off for the next 5 days through the 27th. So an awesome sale here, guys. If you want to pick up awesome Tranquility merch, much like the SEAL Team Spud shirt or a shirt for your favorite team, I picked up some magnets earlier today. That's right. You can get some really cool looking magnets. You can get stickers. You can get mugs, water bottles. You can get bandanas. You can get all sorts of things. You can get all sorts of things here from the Tranquility store, guys. If you're interested in any of that, exclamation point store in the chat is one of the best way to support Tranquility is to pick up that Tranquility merch. So make sure you go ahead and hit that exclamation point store. This is your best chance to get the best possible discount on Tranquility gear.
Yeah, it's not just the best possible discount, it's also the best possible merch available. That I'm not biased at all. I'm just saying. I mean, I got
True.
the pin. I'm very happy with said pin. I was showing it off on stream doing a pog face champ. Pog champ face. Not pog face champ. It's not a
Pog
pog
face
face.
champ. Pog face champ.
I hope
But you
that
could
doesn't become a meme.
Speaking of Pog Face Champ, you could go to the store and you could pick up a Pog Fish shirt, a former
Mm,
Tranquility team
mm.
right there. Just saying, options are available to you. You could even go pick yourself up one of the teams playing today. Or you could pick up a team like we talked about last night. It's a team I'm going to highlight again today. You could pick up an Oath
Odin
shirt.
or Oath. Sorry, not
You
Oath.
could pick up an
Oath.
Oath shirt. Just saying. Oath, big climb up there. Congratulations to them on their huge stage 1 to stage 2 turnaround, going from a team that barely squeaked into the B pools to coming up now to a 3rd seed on the Orem side here. That is a fantastic turnaround for Oath. Lots of people positioning here. If they end up whoever ends up taking the 1st seed, the 4th seed in this pool, by the way, they will have a date coming up with Quokka Queens. So it does not get easy. You get to the playoffs, and then the first thing you do is take on Quokka Queens. So it doesn't get
Yeah.
easy for whatever team manages to win this one. If you do lose this, unfortunately, you'll end up having a matchup with Inferno Foxes, who have been looking really good here in stage 2. So not a great situation here if you end up losing this one and you have to go up against Inferno, who's been on fire lately, no pun intended. And if you end up in that 7th seed, you end up facing Monarch as well. So there's a lot at stake here. Yes, that is a little bit of a leak. Those seeds have already been decided. I know they're not posted yet, but that's what you need to know. So I'm just saying there's some good, some interesting matchups here for whatever team comes out on top or whatever team ends up in that 8th seed. So Frost Surge, though, currently on top in this one, 1-0 tie. What do you think Domination's got to do different here?
Well, I think they need to harness the power of what we see on screen right now. Those eyelashes are really important to being able to win the map. I'm so sorry I'm doing this to you, but I'm very interested to see how the 6-man comp works. You normally see a lot of hit scan played, Tracer, Hanzo, Widow, those 3 are really good heroes on Volskaya. So seeing Sig Ball, a comp that I'm a little bit lower on than I used to be compared to what Diva or even a Zarya can make some work, but this can make some work versus a excuse me, 6-man rush. There's a lot of interesting potential matchups you can see happen here.
Absolutely. Looking at Nodlin now rotating through the server room here into the high ground. Takes a mace to the face there as they try to position themselves to get the dive in now. And Sleepy Bear is dropped immediately as Frost Surge leaps in. But it looks like Hypernut is going to find the kill onto Cabadozer. Gets booped briefly, but is going to hang on just barely as the damage now all in favor of Domination here. Despite the early kill, it does look like Domination is in control.
Really good peel there from Winter to get the Echo off of their main tank, and a good first pick from Scarrow as well, but they didn't have the follow-up because that's one of the things about this map. It's a massive shooting gallery. You go ring around the Rosie, you're taking 500 damage while doing so. Your Moira falls early. That's your elbow for this comp. Pivot point.
Right.
If you don't have a Moira, you don't have healing, you don't have a rush, you don't have a comp.
And Frost Surge now starting to rush in again, trying to get that high ground claimed with some sticky bombs on their rear ends there as they push through. Scarrow gets brought very low, but they will get reset up here and get healed up as they try to cross the bridge here on this engagement. A tough engagement to get around onto this team, and a great rock there from Frost Surge is going to just immediately decimate the front line of Frost Surge. Self-destruct now in, does not connect with anything. The kills right now are starting a little bit of a trade right now, but it does look like despite the trade that Domination is in control. JJ popping the Hypernut there popping the ultimate, and JJ close to those proximity mines as well. Lots of kills now coming in blue, and it looks like Domination is just going to hold on here, just barely, it looked like.
You do feel nice that your only heroes that died are Fast Ones and Sigma, but I mean, you do not have to worry too much about the respawn advantage that the attackers have because, well, your players are already back, and you have a lot of good tools to keep working with. If you have a Flux, Mines, and Bomb, and a kill on out of the blue for no reason, then
that's
you're feeling really
unfortunate.
confident.
You hate to see that if you're Frost Surge, you get the good held up here. What was definitely looking like probably 2 fights might only really be kind of one, and a really scrappy one now for Frost Surge. So that is a tough situation now to have to wait another 15 seconds or so for your Sombra to get back into position here. With a minute 15 seconds on the clock, Domination has a firm chokehold on this point. And we see the Zenyatta isolated out. No! The EMP, we did get an eat on the pulse bomb from Sleepy Bear on Winter, but a fantastic stun from Spelling Fail means Ricey's EMP is completely wasted. However, Coalescence now in from Cabadozer, who's been huge with those all day. Scarrow pops Death Blossom, not connecting with anybody again. Self-destruct from Winter, not finding anything. Cabadozer is now down. Big source of healing as Sleepy Bear finds 2, and Domination continues this chokehold on point A with just 30 seconds left, Ty.
Trying to make it work. The ball can't find the final blow onto the Sigma, but man, if Ricey kept the EMP there, that would have been for sure fight win coming up, almost guaranteed. You forced the Transcendence. If you just recall there, then you basically just won that exchange. No Transcendence on the other side. You just back up, re-engage with an EMP. You're feeling great. You're feeling confident. But now it's almost 100% Domination control. 6 seconds left. All you have is Pulse Bomb.
And right now, they just got to find a way to get to the point. Nobody's really in range to do so, and they won't even get the completely unforced air there. They had Sound Barrier in hand, and they just completely neglected to get to point. An inexcusable mistake from Frost Surge.
Yeah, I got the players mixed up. I screamed Sleepy Bear because he was right next to the objective, but
yeah, but Sleepy Bear, yeah, that's okay. Yeah,
it was Scarrow. I don't know who it was.
We each get one tonight, Ty. We each get one.
Yeah.
It's okay. I did this earlier. Now you got one. Now the rest of the cast, smooth sailing, smooth like a freshly shaved head. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. I wonder where you're pulling that from, but
I have no idea. NPC maybe? I don't know.
Probably. I did see his head spammed in the chat earlier for some unknown reason, but I mean, if this is going to be a very obscure and probably... Oh, did I just de-steam myself by smacking my headphones?
Oh no! Did you lose connection to the stream?
No,
all right, we're back. We're back.
Okay,
We're
I'm
back.
good. I didn't, like, I heard you breathing and then I stopped hearing you breathing the moment I accidentally whacked my headphone cord. So I was like, oh no, but I'm fine. Um, but it's a small thing to point out. But if Ricey didn't die when they died randomly in the backline, you had another 10 seconds, maybe 15 seconds to get back into that fight.
Right.
Feeling good, feeling confident. That's 22 seconds when you had 7 seconds left. You probably might have. You still didn't have a great chance of winning that fight, but you do
Right.
have another fight to go off of. So it's
Right.
a small, unfortunate error that you need to look at and realize these small errors are costing us games potentially.
It added up in a bad way there for Frost Surge, no doubt about it. Now Domination only needing a tick as JJ rolls into position behind. Oh, but Scarrow is there to meet them with a flashbang and a right click. But they just don't care. They finish off Scarrow without too much problem as all the cooldowns got eaten by JJ, and Sleepy Bear's just there to finish the job. With one down now, with Scarrow out of the picture, it's going to be tough for Frost Surge to hold on to this as JJ eats a biotic grenade for their troubles. But Cabadozer is taken down and methodical decimation right now for Domination as Frost Surge is very one by one eliminated off at this point, and Domination decisively will take Volskaya, tying this match at 1-1 going into halftime.
It's a critical thing. If you're Frost Surge, you do not want to lose another match. If you do lose out on your opportunity to be 4th place, you are at best guaranteed a 7th place position.
Right.
And when JJ found Scarrow, Scarrow found the Grim Reaper at that exact moment because he immediately fell to the Tracer Ball combo. Coming in here, you need to make as few of these small mistakes as possible. Challenge few of these small little situations where you might get punished, because Domination is punishing you every turn, every opportunity. You can't make any small mistakes from this point moving forward, because the more small mistakes that pile up, the more likely you are to lose that one last critical map.
Absolutely. And we will come back now. We do have a 10-minute halftime break here as both teams get settled in for the final 2 maps of this stage, or potentially final 3 maps. Can't count out that possibility as well. We will be back in about 10 minutes. Stay tuned. More Discord tier action just after this break.
Hey there. It's been a long time. I'm glad we're finally getting this chance to talk, because there's something on my mind that I need to talk to you about. You're at the age now where you're feeling certain urges, and it's not always healthy to act on those urges. I myself had these urges, and I'm going to tell you that more often than not, acting on them it leads to regret. Now, sure, it feels really good, and, you might think everything's going to work out, but in the end, you'll end up wishing things had worked out differently, and you'd been more careful. Keep in mind, your actions have consequences that affect not just you, but everyone around you, including your friends. Of course, I'm talking about pressing shift and charging into the enemy backline. Yeah, I know, it's really fun and it feels really good, but if you go in there without the proper protection, you could end up feeding the enemy ult charge for the next 18 years. So here's something you can do. You gotta get over to shop.spreadshirt.com/OWTranquility and get some merchandise with your team logo on it. Wearing this merchandise will help you remember that you're part of a team, and that your actions aren't just affecting you, but they're affecting your entire team. So don't let a few moments of fun ruin it for your entire team for the rest of the game. Get on over to shop.spreadshirt.com/OWTranquility and practice safe shift.
Bazinga.
Welcome back, everybody, to our Discord tier feature matchup tonight. Domination tied 1-1 with Frost Surge, with playoff implications on the line. Ty, it's been a good matchup so far. Frost Surge took a close one on map 1 on Oasis. Domination dominated map 2 on Volskaya, but we head now to King's Row. And what do you think about King's Row here, Ty? What are your expectations moving into this second half?
No team has successfully pulled out the Simba yet, so I'm expecting these two teams to completely and utterly ignore it. So most likely just some steady brawl. You see some Mei, you see some Lucio, Bap, Ryan, D.Va, probably a Cassidy in the last slot. You're not playing Roadhog. Stop trying to bait Winter. I'm not falling for it.
They're not playing Roadhog. Don't count it out, sir. I'm just saying.
I'm counting it out. I'm
Right, that's fair.
counting it out.
That's fair. That's fair. I can understand it. But needless to say, I could hope. What's weird about Azaria, Roadhog, Mei, Doomfist, Mercy, Zen? I don't see a problem here.
So when it comes to this match, I'm just gonna ignore what you said, but the major playoff implication for this map, if Frost Surge loses, they are out of consideration for the fourth place.
Yes.
For the fourth place. They are at best 7th seed in the playoffs. They need to win this map. And hey, look, they're playing a normal comp. What did I say? Wow, crazy.
Crazy. I think that. We got Brawl composition from both squads here as we roll out onto King's Row for one of the last times we're going to see it this season, as it's not in the postseason map pool. Nodlin leading the charge for Frost Surge there. Maywall in from Ricey. Not really doing a whole lot to split up anybody there. And we see Scarrow trade out with Foxer there, but Hypernut returns the favor onto Ricey. So kills going both ways right now. And for Domination, holding off on this point here, the rotation in, a fantastic wall right there. The ice wall is big from Sleepy Bear, but they're not able to capitalize and take Nodlin out of the equation. I spoke too soon. Now they will, with that amplification matrix up now from Cabadozer, being LOS'd away by Domination as they pop their own amplification matrix as well. The rotation all the way back now to the spawn room for Frost Surge as they look to get reset and figure out what to do next.
Was an extremely interesting fight. Main tanks were the only players to die early on, except for the May from Ricey. The Cassidy's doing some pretty good work here so far, but there's no wall available. This could be very, very deadly.
Tough situation, no question about it. Froster. Oh! Hypernut got greedy, tried to go on the flank with the Deadeye, but it's sniffed out by Scarrow and taken out of the equation. Blizzard now from Sleepy Bear looking to put Frost Surge on ice. They don't get any freeze out on anybody, however, but Foxer does find Nodlin, and they pop the sound barrier to aggress onto Frost Surge. Frost Surge rushing back to point, trying to withstand the assault here from Domination, and they will manage to get out with minimal losses, but Domination continues to hold now with 2 minutes left on the clock. And I think we might have lost Ty. Did we lose Ty? I think we lost Ty there, everybody. I'm not sure what's going on right now, or maybe they lost me, but I'm going to continue to talk nonetheless as we're continuing to try to figure out what's going on with what I think we might have lost Ty, everybody. But nonetheless, Domination now winning another fight with 3 kills going their way, and with a bunch of ultimates in the bank still for Frost Surge, have not been able to crack this one yet from Domination as they continue to be in control on defense here.
Yep, sorry about that. Just something just happened for a second there. And what a good number of ultimates that Frost Surge have here. They've been slowly draining the resources out of Domination, and now they have everything they could possibly want coming into this.
Deadeye from Scarrow is met with the bullet of Hypernut. Unfortunately, not able to find anything. Anton does trade out with Brent, and now the Deadeye from Hypernut being negated by the sound barrier from Anton. Self-destruct in from JJ, not able to connect with anything, but the remake onto Anton is going to be sufficient there. Great wall from Sleepy Bear to negate that self-destruct from Winter as Sleepy Bear gets aggressive now, and Nodlin is stuck in a corner as Domination continues their absolute control over point A here with only 45 seconds. It's the last fight, and really not a whole lot for Frost Surge to bank on.
6 ultimates available, 6 ultimates gone. Frost Surge emptied the bank there trying to make something happen, and now Domination here coming in with just a beat and a noon. They do have a good backbone set up to hold on just a little bit more, and in 23 seconds, Frost Surge need to make something happen.
Frost Surge on the long rotation here. The wall separates out the team. Sound barrier from Brent, and they're going to get aggressive off of it. Deadeye now from Hypernut. Not able to connect with anything, however, so 2 ultimates in with no real significant impact other than slowing down the attack here. So Frost Surge, good job at withholding that first attack, but a great wall from Sleepy Bear is going to separate away Nodlin from the rest of the team. But a big blizzard now from Ricey puts a ton of Domination on the deep freeze, and Frost Surge is going to manage, despite being so far down in that ult economy, is going to manage to hang on here and take point A.
Second to get things working, but Frost Surge, they just happen to be an overtime team. Don't worry about it. They got it. Apparently, maybe a little bit overtime with this pause coming in.
We got to pause now, as not sure, but looks like we may have lost somebody on that one, as we'll bring it back to us here for just a brief period of time. Looks like a pause requested there from Domination as they are working that one out right now. But again, this match, Frost Surge, tough situation for them. That was a really, really close fight for them. It all came down again to a great play from Ricey. Ricey on the Doomfist before, and now again Ricey on the May, been a difference maker for Frost Surge.
Yeah, it's took them a little bit of time to get things clicking, but once they did, excellent play from him. And coming up to the streets phase, they finally have cracked it, which means that they're going to have access to the payload. The payload, obviously, sorry, just a little bit shaken right now. They have good access to the utility and resources that they might need to keep pushing forward on the payload. They did use a few ults last fight. No Window, no Blizzard. Those are 2 big ones, but you do have a Noon to keep your momentum going. Sleepy Bear, a lot of pressure on their shoulders to get a good Blizzard, or Foxer to get a good Earth Shatter to stop the momentum coming in from Frost Surge into this next fight.
Yep. No question about it here. They're still trying to figure out what the issue is at the exact moment in time, unfortunately, as this is going on. Domination, though, great defense again, and what a great continued hold for them after that really strong point A defense on Volskaya. They had a very strong point A defense here as well. It looks like right now, I think we're just going to go ahead and maybe kick it to a very short break here as they're trying to get this sorted out. Looks like somebody had a little bit of an emergency pop-up. So we're going to go ahead and give them a couple minutes, guys. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back here with more Overwatch Tranquility action. And welcome back, guys, after that short pause. Thank you so much for your patience as we're back on Kings Row. Again, Frost Surge with the overtime cap of point A right there are back in control of this cart, and they will start taking to the streets now of Kings Row here, Ty, with only 2 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, that's still plenty of time. We've seen sweeps come through like that, and only one hits by the Shatter. This new doesn't find much value from the flank either. One ultimate gone from both sides, and only a DMAC found.
And only a DMAC there, nothing really doing quite yet. Domination, however, does have Sleepy Bear's Blizzard in hand right now, which could prove to be a decisive ultimate here. Looking for the opportunity to use it. However, a crazy pin from Nodlin, clearly not practicing safe shift tonight, but nonetheless taking care of business. Nodlin doing what needs to be done for Frost Surge to get up and away here. And fantastic play there from Nodlin is going to open the door for that cart to continue to clear through the streets. And are they going to continue to stay aggressive with Nodlin with a massive shatter? Nodlin with an amazing play there, keeping up the aggression and putting Domination on their heels.
Once you get the payload, sometimes can feel unshakable to get them off, and that's Nodlin just proving why. Just use a shatter, by the way, halfway to another one. Don't worry about it, you know? It's just Reinhardt things, happen sometimes. Don't worry about it.
Point B now in hand for Frost Surge. They got 2 minutes and 30 seconds on this point here as they head into the Forge. Great opportunity now for Frost Surge here to put a chokehold onto this point here and put a chokehold onto this map with some nice time bank potentially as well, as Ricey proves to be the real sniper, taking Cabadozer down right there. But Sleepy Bear is dropped then all of a sudden. My goodness, that was a great play there from Scarrow, getting out on the side there and taking out a couple.
Yeah, the early icicle does help stop trying to keep their momentum, but they do end up stopping it because Spelling just barely got the amplification matrix out right before falling. Good play from them. Coming in here, though, you do have to worry about a few ults on both sides. Hopefully these trackers are doing their jobs.
And the big Deadeye is completely negated by Scarrow. We see Sound Barrier now from Domination, but it's completely negated. It's basically all for naught as two of them already down. Earthshatter from Foxtrot finds nothing. What a bomb put up onto the ice wall there by Winter. A fantastic self-destruct, completely unblockable there thanks to that fantastic placement. My goodness, Winter, great work there on the Diva. The Maywall in, trying to keep Hypernut from getting back out, and they will. Sound Barrier now in from Anton as the trickle game is now on for Domination as they try to get onto the point, try to get as much time off the clock as they possibly can. They will get it down under a minute here, which is very critical, but 58 seconds on the clock for Frost Surge, and what looked like potentially a full hold for Domination turned into instead a full pull for Frost Surge.
Very funny, but I mean, yeah, that is genuinely impressive. even though you don't quite get over a minute, which would be ideal, that's very much pushing the bounds of what's possible after an overtime first point capture. So seeing that they did end up going from 0 to hero on that map, Frost Surge should feel very, very confident. And even if you lose first point, you still don't need to worry too much because finishing King's Row sometimes can feel like a chore.
Right. Absolutely. And that is a great spot right now. Frost Nova at the Frost Surge at the minimum, promising that we're going to see some overtime Overwatch here. Domination now will need to answer. Frost Surge is in a great spot here. If they take 2 maps here, honestly, that alone puts Domination in out of a top 4 situation.
Yeah, and
this is the map. This is the critical map for both of these teams, and like right now, Frost Surge is in a great spot here to completely shut Domination out of that upper bracket in the playoffs.
yeah, and also, I said we weren't going to see it, but it does appear the Soul Read is coming out from Domination. The best comp to play Simba into is an opposing Brawl composition. I invented it during GOATs because what the hell is a GOATs comp going to do against this? Maywall does do some things.
You invented this composition.
I did.
Yes.
I did. I have the clip to prove it. Yeah,
Yes.
I really do. Oh, that's a genius wall.
Oh,
Just
but a
think
great
about
wall.
it.
It just negates it. It just prevents the composition from getting up. But nonetheless, they still managed to get out there. And the no rotation from Frost Surge, but it doesn't matter as Sleepy Bear is taken down by Scarrow. So the no bastion means that there's no pressure anymore onto the front line of Frost Surge, which means Frost Surge can just run rush shot all over Domination right now.
Super hard to make that composition work. You need your Reinhardt up there on the statue, helping that with that second barrier. You don't even need a Sigma in this comp. You can just run a Diva, figure it out with your Reinhardt, and make things happen. But, you know, the Sigma barrier doesn't quite protect as much as you would want for Sleepy Bear. You have to unturret form on the statue, which does get you an exposed crit box, gets the kill from the enemy custody, and now it's just a standard mirror, and Cabidozer already with an application matrix.
Cabidozer in a great spot with that amplification matrix here, looking to hold off Domination. Domination playing for their upper bracket lives right now, and Scarrow finds Sleepy Bear. Another early kill for Frost Surge is going to put Domination back to the spawn room again, with Frost Surge now in control here. 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. I feel like we just saw this, but Frost Surge still got the full pull off it anyway, so it's too early to rule anything out, but a great start for Frost Surge.
I mean, it's like the SpongeBob meme. Do you want to see somebody cap first in overtime and then win the map? You want to see them do it again? That's kind of what it's starting to feel like. What might have to happen here is Domination starting to feel a little bit claustrophobic on King's Row. Frost Surge kind of snuffing them out.
We see the May wall not able to cause enough disruption there. We see the amplification matrix in as well from Spelling Fail as they flip the point here with now the Deadeye from Scarrow is going to send Sleepy Bear back to the spawn room, and a crazy blizzard from Ricey as well puts Foxerd back there as well. A Domination again back to spawn, and Frost Surge now with 1 minute and 45 seconds is in firm control here, and they still have ultimates backing this one up.
This is starting to feel somewhat impenetrable at this point. You do have the sound barrier for Domination to be able to push into this if you want, but on the other side, you do have both Tanklets and an amplification matrix. A lot of damage and a lot of threat, a lot of zoning, really, can be put out by Frost Surge to prevent Domination from getting a single lick of ideal progress.
Oh, amplification matrix. Foxerd unfortunately got thrown off of that shatter there thanks to some displacement, and just again, Frost Surge, a complete control, a quick and decisive team fight win. And Domination, only 1 minute left in the bank. They're pretty much in last fight right now, and they don't really have a whole lot going into this fight that can't be answered by Frost Surge.
You say that they don't have much time in the bank. Ooh, switching over the comps at the last second. I was about to say you could rush in before Nautilin got back because they died early or late last fight, but with that comp switch, you don't have the time to rush in without the enemy main tank available, and now committing onto a 6-man trying to get something to happen, you have nothing available right now, not even a Coalescence.
No, it's a tough spot to be in right now with self-destruct now from Winter, looking to finish this one off early. Blizzard is big, though, from Sleepy Bear, putting Nautilin on ice. Sound barrier as well from Anton is going to create that opportunity now. And JJ finds 2 And finally, Domination, despite the extremely slow start, we're going to take it to the streets here after they finish off the staggers. My goodness, Domination absolutely needed to come up big there, and they did.
Just last second, barely able to make something happen. JJ opting in for a Sigma. Sleepy Bear onto the Doomfist, starting to look like that 2019 playoff comp with the Doomfist Reaper, Lucio Moira. Very aggressive, very CC oriented, and a lot of frontline damage that the Reinhardt cannot stop in a lot of places.
Very, very good composition here to play right now for Domination to push through these streets. Here comes the aggression, though, from Frost Surge, getting right up in the face of this composition without any fear. A very well-coordinated push with this brawl, and JJ is down already, and we see Hypernut get caught out as well, but Sleepy Bear on this Doomfist trying to turn the tides, and they do, taking Scarrow and Cabadozer out. Sleepy Bear going deep, looking for more kills. The Mei is very low, will manage to ice block here at the last moment, but they're going to get isolated out there thanks to the play from Sleepy Bear on the Doomfist, trying to will Domination through to point B here. Minute 25 seconds on the clock, Ty, so not a whole lot to work with right now for Domination.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have a lot of time, but the ult bank is starting to look a little bit nicer. Committing onto the interesting Lucio Moira composition with the double shield does mean that you have both support ults up by now. Probably wouldn't if you switch those two off to something else. Coalescence invested early.
Coalescence from Sleepy Bear along with the Death Blossom from Hypernut. We see Nodlin decide he's going to send JJ to the Forge, but Nodlin is trying to do it all on their own, and they just cannot, as the DPS for Domination will stay in control here. And Domination now 2 minutes and 15 seconds with that golden box of tying the score sitting in front of them now.
I mean, it's starting to come up, and it's starting to come up big. 2 minutes on the end of third point. The high noon can be pretty... Yeah, it's a little bit chunked down, but high noon can be really threatening here on the defense if you get your back against the wall and a Doomfist can't put you onto it.
Right now, Scarrow with that Deadeye here. We see that self-destruct in from Winter, and it's huge, taking down both Brent and JJ, and the kills now are all red in the kill feed as Frost Surge will claim a couple, as Scarrow now gets to hold on to this Deadeye and look for a better opportunity to use it here and try to catch Domination asleep.
I mean, Domination did not use too much in that last fight. They have plenty of resources coming into it. They're about to have a Bongo, they're about to have a Flux, they already have a Meteor Strike and a Lucio ult. You can basically do whatever you want, and a weird pin from Nodwin?
Really strange pin, but the great Blizzard there from Ricey is going to enable a lot of damage to come in here from Frost Surge. We see in the back line goes Hypernut briefly, and the sound barrier now from Anton to try to hold on to this, but Sleepy Bear has no fear as they dive right into the heart of Frost Surge. They will manage to get out, and the Earth Shatter there not really connecting for Nodlin, unfortunately, and that's one of their last tool in the shed for Frost Surge. That might be an unfortunate error there from Nodlin. Oh, Hypernut, no! What a wall from Ricey.
Yeah, just barely getting that little bit of an extra stagger to get as much time out of their bank as possible at this point. It's looking like an OT finish, if that, for Domination. If Frost Surge capped with over a minute, then they could have had the only attack available in this next point, but a Flux and a Coalescence is a lot to deal with.
That's a lot of damage right now pouring in, and Frost Surge is on their heels as Hypernut and Sleepy Bear go to work, and they will continue to push the card here with 10 seconds. There's 3 on the cart. I don't know that we're going to be able to get a recontest for Frost Surge here, as the cart looks to be just in range. There comes the Tracer, but immediately dropped by Sleepy Bear on the punch. Nodlin trying to slam in and try to stay alive as long as possible. Self-destruct now in from Winter, not able to connect with anything. Reinforcements starting to come in now as Ricey will take down Sleepy Bear. That is one kill, but of one kill of many that they will need. It's a big Blizzard, however, freezing quite a bit of Domination. The opportunity's there as Brent goes down, and the boot now, not quite coming in from Nodlin, but the kills are starting to go a little bit more. Red Tie, the pile driver now from Nodlin to try to get back into this there. Immortality Field also invented, and there comes the sound barrier and the amplification matrix, and Frost Surge will take it in the clutch.
Domination are in shambles. The last second boop from Nautilin to get the Sig off the map and get the Orisa off the payload. Nobody's left to contest. Your Orisa doesn't walk back in time because they're using their primary fire, slowing them down just enough to not be able to get onto the objective. In that situation, it's just a GG. You have no options left, and now Domination sent down to the lower bracket, if I'm not mistaken.
That more than I believe so. That or no, if they win this map, if they win this game, they still will be in the upper bracket. So they still have to win this one to get it. If they win this one, they'll be 2-1, which will be ahead of everybody else that is tied with them. So a win still gets them to upper bracket. But for Frost Surge, they needed to get this win to have a shot at the upper bracket right now. There's a lot of math still at play here, guys. I'm just saying. So just break it down simply here. Frost Surge win the next one. They go to the 4th seed. Domination falls to the 8th seed. Brutal situation for Domination. Great clutch situation for Frost Surge. Frost Surge loses the next map, but wins the next one. Hammerhead moves to the 4th seed. Frost Surge to the 7th seed. Domination to the 8th seed. If Domination wins the next 2 maps, Domination is in the 4th seed. Frost Surge is in the... Domination is in the 4th seed. Hammerhead in the 7th seed, Frost Surge in the 8th seed. There's a lot of math still at play here. A lot of it's just going to depend on what happens on Route 66. For Domination, it's okay. You can bounce back from this. For Frost Surge, this is where you got to clutch up right now and try to secure that extra life in the playoffs.
Yeah, if there's anything I can use to compare this to make, because this is what my brain kind of associates this with, Season 1, Stage 1 of the Overwatch League, when Houston versus Boston was the most important matchup of the season, because whichever team won decided who was going to that Stage 1 playoffs. If Boston won with better than 3-2, which is Frost Surge right now, then they made it. If Boston won with a 3-2, again, Frost Surge in this situation, the LA Valiant, aka Hammerhead, would make it into the Stage 1 playoffs. If Houston won at all, who was Domination in this case, then they made it into the Stage 1 playoffs. Houston won. That's the case that we saw. Looks like history might not repeat itself today.
There's a lot of math going on right now, guys. Basically, what it boils down to right now is just win, Forehead. That's in the end, both teams desperately need a win. That's what it boils down to. Each team's got to win this next map here in order to have an opportunity to get into that Stage 2, into the playoffs in that upper bracket. And if you're sitting on the sideline as Hammerhead, you're just kind of like, you know what? We want Domination to win the next one, but that's it.
Yeah.
Then Frost Surge win map 5, then we're cool. We're good. So it's all in Domination's court right now. They have to find a way to claw back into this. And for Frost Surge, they have the opportunity to come back from a brutal start this stage is very much in front of them. And a lot can happen here, Ty. It's really, really, really quite crazy.
Very curious to see what the teams pull out. It does seem like Frost Surge on a somewhat standard double bubble composition with the Echo Tracer, and then you see the Ana Mercy. I recently did a support pairing tier list and posted on my Twitter. If you want to follow me there, do_D, a little bit of shilling from me, but and I said Ana Mercy is the best combo to have for an Ana. I think it's better than Ana Brig because the Mercy is a great pocket hero. If you play Ana, usually you're going to want her because she's got a little bit more self-sustained than a Zenyatta, and you want her to pair with a Mercy who can pocket a hero like an Echo or a Pharah who can get some big offensive damage and some decent peel onto your Ana if necessary.
And now the attack is underway here. Frost Surge looking to put on a strong performance here to try to lock this one up and end this on a 3-1 win. Domination needing to find a way to win 2 more. All the cards now have to be on the table. It's basically a playoff situation now for both these teams fighting for that upper bracket positioning. Domination now with JJ on the wrecking ball with the pile driver onto Winter, but Ricey comes out ahead first here with the first kill of the map. JJ unfortunately not able to roll in with much speed, and they nearly pay the price for it as Scarrow puts in a bunch of damage right there. And right now are chasing down Sleepy Bear as well. Scarrow with absolutely no fear all the way into the back line of Domination as well. JJ looks to pile drive onto the cart, sends a couple airborne, but eats a sleep dart in the process, and then eats a biotic grenade as well. JJ on the run away from Frost Surge. Frost Surge positioning here, choosing new targets consistently. Good rotations there from Domination to try to stay in this, but Frost Surge is going to come out ahead as Sleepy Bear and JJ hit the spawn room. And now with not much left here for Domination, Frost Surge look to be in control here, and a late Transcendence from Brent to try to bring this one back. It doesn't seem to be with the intended effect, however, as Ricey is going to get this self-destruct off, and it's big, finding Brent, and the remech on the Foxard kills the Foxard's mech as well. So Ricey gets 2 with that one, and a third, finishing off the Baby Diva. But the kills right now are starting to trade, despite that fantastic copy, into the favor slightly of Domination, as Hypernut is going to be able to fend this one off. This fight has been going back and forth, and it looks like Domination is somehow going to win this one.
I was going to say, even if Frost Surge lost that fight, they would have won because of how far they pushed the payload. Then that fight kept going, and then it kept going. And now 2 minutes are out of the time bank, and Frost Surge have only gotten a single fight in. That is ideal situation for Domination.
Right. Domination in control right now just for the moment, but Ricey takes Brent out. 1 support down now for Domination, 2 supports down as Ricey finishes the job. What a bubble there from Nodlin, taking that self-destruct out of the picture. Fantastic solo work there from Nodlin to take care of that self-destruct. Really well done there on the tech, blocking away that self-destruct with that bubble shield.
Almost kind of the day one flex, a little bit of a Tracer duel potentially, as these players want to win this map so bad. They're making so few errors are coming out from either side. This is just safety, potentially too safe of play.
Wow. Domination somehow just having the heart to hold on here in what's felt like nearly an impossible task. We see Transcendence now from Brent as Sleepy Bear finishes off Cabadozer. Cabadozer brought back up, but Nodlin pays the price, losing heals for a brief period of time there. Sleepy Bear causing enough frustration there as Ricey will get yet another self-destruct kill in. JJ now on the Wrecking Ball, trying to fend off Frost Surge here and try to hold on for the point A take. But it looks like it's just a little too much Frost Surge right now. And despite all the will and all the heart from Domination there, it looks like Frost Surge will finally cap point A.
I mean, they shaved off so much off that time bank, though. Domination must feel great about that defense. You won 1 fight and brought it down below a minute. That's about as good as you can get for winning 1 single fight and losing 1 single fight. Given the situation that's coming up here, you have the ball on the defense, Winston on the attack. You want to try and play more coordinated group dives rather than the single target dives on the attack. Not sure who you're going to get those dives on, except for maybe the Zen, but who's stopping the bash?
Nobody right now, nobody. Hypernut now with this copy is going to be looking to pick up probably the Diva here, you would have to imagine, or the Winston. They're focusing that Diva down with the focusing beam there. Not enough damage to bring them down below half and get that bonus damage on that ability. Sleepy Bear trying to run backward as there's the Nano onto Winston, and Nodlin will begin tasing their way through Domination right now. The sleep onto JJ on the cart as well means that Nodlin just has free range over the back line, and Nodlin unfortunately taken down there, and JJ picks up 2, and suddenly I don't even know how to explain that. Suddenly, Domination just takes 5 out, and they manage to clutch up.
Should have been playing so good in the clutch this map. Like, JJ and Sleepy Bear feel like they're getting all the big plays right when they need to, and Hypernut not a slouch themselves. This has been so good for this team. Domination, every time they're down, they're never out. Frost Surge looking to make some big plays with their little explosives they got going on.
And Sleepy Bear gets the pick onto Ricey there. Great pick. Means they got a good opportunity with a minute left, rounding the bend. We see a self-destruct now invested by Winter, not able to connect with anything, but Scarrow finds Sleepy Bear trying to take cover there and takes them down. JJ looking to spin their way through and cause some damage as well. We see Transcendence now not able to save Spelling Fails, who eats a sticky bomb from Scarrow. And right now the damage is all in the favor of Frost Surge. We see a self-destruct in, did not connect with anything there. and Anton takes down Foxerd after that self-destruct, and Hypernut goes down as well, with Frost Surge continuing to pour on the aggression here. Domination does not appear to be in a situation where they're going to be able to put up much of a defense. But here comes the reinforcements now with Spelling Fail on the high ground. Going to try to get in there. You have to imagine and cause some problems. JJ will swing in with the proximity mines. This is a good chance now for Domination to take this one back. 10 seconds on the clock. The overtime wick will begin now as Sleepy Bear takes down Anton. So Domination with the big kill there, taking out one of the supports. Ricey now on the Diva here, gets the copy, but is just barely going to get the self-destruct in. They pop the self-destruct, but they will not find any targets as JJ finds 2, and they will be a 3rd there for JJ, and Domination will hold here on point B of Route 66.
Barely able to keep them heads afloat and keep themselves alive in this series. Frost Surge not able to cap the second point. 88.88 meters. Very nice number. Very good for my monkey brain. But Domination, the onus is on them to make something happen. If they get to push the payload this far, then they have locked Frost Surge out of the top 4 position and kept them in the bottom half of the bracket, probably never to be seen by them again. Domination probably never need to worry about Frost Surge for the rest of the playoffs at that point. But if they lose this map, they not only get sent to the bottom levels themselves, the loser bracket themselves, then they also lose out 3-1 in a bracket where they could potentially be 2-1, losing out to the only team to not win a map or win a game so far.
It would be a tough spot to go for Domination after a pretty strong stage 1 to kind of not have it go their way here in stage 2. So all the pressure is on them to perform, no question about it, as they came into this match definitely as the favorite, but have not been able to succeed so far. But a very achievable push here for Domination. They'll have an opportunity here to extend this one out to overtime Overwatch. And Ty, I certainly can't count out Domination. I see Stoicism in the chat right now, very much cheering on Domination this map, but I have a feeling their loyalty will change very quick if Domination do manage to win this one.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes all we want is a little bit of a longer game. Not me, I'm tired. I won't sleep. But that's just me. Ignore that. But an interesting high burst mid-range damage comp coming out from Frost Surge with the cast Hanzo. Some people might call that something else. I refuse to listen to you if you do.
The Cassidy and the Hanzo here. A good, like you said, that good mid-range damage here can be very frustrating to deal with, especially on this point A, which has a lot of really good vantage points for these heroes. But that being said, Domination begins the process of moving the cart through the streets here. Good sticky bombs from Hypernut will take Ricey out of the equation early as Domination immediately gets ahead of the game here. They get Nautilin very low with that Discord orb on them, not able to quite finish them off. However, JJ again causing problems on this Wrecking Ball, and we get a pause.
If this is a phone call again, I'm gonna go live it. That's all I'm saying. So good start here from Domination. Got the early Echo pick onto the Hanzo, forcing Ricey actually onto the Torbjorn. That's an interesting adaptation. I really like it. Torb Brig can do a lot for you defensively and prevent a lot of a sort of just pestering. Like it stops the Echo from doing, they're pestering. It stops the Tracer from doing their just harassment from off angles and weird things from going on from the other side. A Torb turret can really do a lot to just stop the enemy team from doing too much too fast. It can do just consistent damage, put players in range for those Torbjorn or Cassidy one-shot headshots, or just a body shot followed up by another body shot, or just a whip shot to send somebody really, really low. There's a lot of opportunities for this Torb turret to really make an impact here against this Tracer, Echo, or even Ball.
Right. Absolutely. Right now, it looks like teams are ready. So we will get this pause taken off, and the match will get back underway now, as that pause seems to have resolved itself with three minutes now on the clock for Domination. They are in control of the situation here currently, as Scarrow goes down right away after the pause. Domination now trying to push this cart through, trying to extend this to a map 5. Frost Surge hoping to toughen up here on defense and manage to close this one out. But the D-Mech onto Winter, who gets caught by Spelling Fail. And that is a brutal kill there, as Brent does get dropped by Cabadozer. Unfortunately, no, we will not join that group. Thank you.
Yeah, no, go away.
Go away. We're not interested in joining your group right now. We're on map 4, Zesty Jegley. But anyways, here we go for Nautilin now pushing their way through. Oh, hammer kill right there from Ricey onto Foxerd. A little bit of hammer action. Frost Surge, despite having the high pressure situation, not shying away from the opportunity to get the hammer kill. If you're a Torbjorn player, you never shy away from that opportunity.
No, I mean, every single time I see a baby diva whenever I'm playing Torbjorn, I immediately pull it out because I know it's my time, and Ricey almost gets Brent with that double dink. Would be a really big kill because that they do have the Transcendence. You need just a little bit more time, Frost Surge, to build up some of these ultimates. Bongo's about to be up. Rally might be up in time. This Nano Bomb and Torb ult are really what you need to come up online as soon as possible.
Absolutely. We see Rally now from Anton trying to stabilize out Frost Surge here in the interim. You see a great a copy now from Hyper onto the Cassidy, a little bit atypical. They use the Deadeye to reload the very BM play there. High Noon now again from Hypernut, try to get some more damage out. Does not manage to find any kills, however, but Cabadozer is down now. And there's a self-destruct from Winter, which will find Hypernut. Kills trading out right now with no clear winner. Pile driver in from JJ. They do not manage to find any kills as Molten Core takes the point there for Ricey, but Sleepy Bear finds a kill, and Domination looks to finally be able to potentially take this, trying to get Winter off the cart. But here comes the reinforcements now for Frost Surge. Sleepy Bear swinging that flail, trying to clear out Winter, just finally get them out of that mech. We see the roll in from Scarrow with the stun, not able to get any kills, but nobody's killing anybody right now. JJ now in. We see the mines from JJ trying to clear out this point as well. 33 seconds on the clock, and Frost Surge find a couple of kills now as Domination is sent back to the spawn room, and Domination now has only one chance left to push this cart the final meter it needs.
Season won't be over, but it's going to be really hard to keep things alive in the next 15 seconds. These next 13 seconds will determine whether or not you are 4th or 8th. That's a big gap that you need to close up. You're making some panic swaps. You're switching over to the ball, or you already have the ball, but you're switching over to the Reaper. This is a big panic swap, I think.
And JJ does manage to get the pile driver onto the cart and stay alive. They're trying to get healed up, but Scarrow with the Deadeye takes Brent out of the equation, and the kill feed bleeds red as Frost Surge will put the upper bracket hopes of of Domination on ice. And Frost Surge will take this match and claim the 4th seed and send Domination into the lower bracket.
Domination going home with a frown on their faces. Frost Surge looking sharp, looking strong, very worthy of this upper bracket placement that they just earned tonight. That's their first win in Stage 2, but a well-deserved one, 3-1 against Domination. That looked spicy a couple of times. That first map was good for them. The second map they dropped, but 2 CP. You don't need to worry about that in a few days, but the tournament is still a concern. Once you tighten up your 2 CP play, you're going to be a very scary threat in the overall playoffs. And ladies and gentlemen, that's our last. Is it our last game of Stage 2?
It is not. It is not.
Oh, there's one more.
We are fortunate enough to have our final broadcasted match of this very regular season. And that is going to be on Sunday. This is a bonus cast we have coming up, guys. This is going to feature the currently and what has been considered really the top 2 teams in Transcendence tier all season. Undefeated Devil Dukes taking on undefeated preseason champions Epizeuxis, in what is bound to be a fantastic matchup between 2 titans of the Transcendence tier. It is going to be a really good one. That is coming up on Sunday at 8 Eastern on this very channel, guys. You're not going to want to miss this bonus broadcast. That is going to be a fantastic one. But before we continue on here, is there any MVP that you want to mention here from either of these teams?
This was such a close match. Everybody, I think, deserves a nomination here, but I think My bias is coming in. I'm going to give it to Winter. I think Winter played super well, super consistent as an off tank. Not too many crazy plays, but every single time you look at the micro plays from that guy, I feel like, okay, Winter just soft carried this fight. Okay, Winter just soft carried this fight. The plays from Winter were super consistent, super high level, always peeling for their team when they needed to, and never going too aggressive like you see a lot of off tanks do.
Right. I gotta agree with that. Very, very good choice there. Anyways, as a reminder, guys, we got some more coming up tonight. We have Beat Drop coming up right after this with a fantastic slate of interviews hosted by Booth tonight. And then again on Sunday, we have that awesome special feature match between Devil Dukes and Epizeuxis. That's going to be a great one as well. And then reminder, coming up on Monday is the Bracketology podcast, which combination podcast with the Iris and Predicting Tranquility. We'll break down every bracket, every match, every score throughout the entirety of the playoffs. You're not going to want to miss that one, guys, as the playoffs get underway here on Tuesday with our inevitable Harmony tier feature match. So we'll have that announcement up soon, guys. But special thanks to Laggy in the production desk as always, and of course Ty Munster. Fantastic work on Analyst. I'm Mr. Yeti, and we appreciate you being here tonight. And stay tuned. Beat Drop is coming up in just a few minutes.